Hello, my friends. Welcome to November 2021. I'm here with your celestial guidelines. I'm here to hold your hand as you ascend. I'm here to just offer a few tools to help you help yourself. These are energies that I like to work with, and these are tools that I utilize on a regular basis, so I'm hopeful that they can be helpful for you. They're not for everybody. I don't expect to be for everybody. I don't want to be for everybody. Not everybody's for me. Full disclaimer, but I hope that I can be helpful. I love being able to offer information to you. So let's dive in. First of all, please make sure to pause this video and have a coffee or tea or warm water, whatever it is that you like. Smoke a little if that's something that you're keen for, or just take some pressure off. Enjoy yourself. October was a bumpy one. Please leave a comment below. If you could describe October in 3 words, how would you describe October? Intense, pivoting, or pivot, as Ross Geller would scream, and it's a word for God's constantly in the room. Revered. It was intense. It's fucking awesome. Pardon me. So let's dive right into November. So week 1 of November, we have on the 4th, we have a new moon in Scorpio at 12 degrees. So first and foremost, please have your birth chart handy. If this is not something that you have, I always leave a few links where you can find your own birth chart. They're free. You need the time and date and place of your birth. The second link that I post always has one that's available that if you don't know the exact time, you can still receive a birth chart. And so find out where this falls in your chart by the degree. And this part for a new moon is going to be where there's fertile soil for you to plant seeds of manifestation. So very, very easy time to be scripting about what you want, to be making pivots and shifts in your life. Like really just like, this is the time to do it. And when we find out where that falls in your chart, it doesn't mean you can't always be, trying to manifest the relationship that you want or always trying to shoot for the job that you want. But this just means that the fertile soil for you is going to be in a specific area. So I just like to utilize energy efficiently. And I like to just like swan dive into it, but swan dive into it where you know that there might be a positive reception, like where good things are happening, where there's effervescence with sunshine. Like think of the analogy of when you go to the beach, you check the tides, you check the moon, and you see where the tides are going to be because you don't want to show up when the water is covering everything. You'll still have a fun time swimming, but you won't be able to put your blankets down. So I'm going to have an entire video, entire ceremony on that you'll be able to purchase for $11.11. And it's going to be a little bit more of a deep dive of the magic and some of the manifestation, and like not all just witchy things, but just really accessible tools that I like to utilize during these times. And so that will be available for $11.11. It'll be available on my website, and that'll be for next week. I'll make sure that there are links everywhere for that. So what else do we have? On the 5th, we have Mercury going into Scorpio. I'm going to record an entire video on this transit because I kind of find it to be an interesting one, just because Mercury has like it's definitely ebbs and flows with its transits. I mean, as we know with the retrogrades, it chilled in Libra for a minute. So we're only going to have Mercury in Scorpio for 2.5 weeks, give or take. So I kind of find that to be fascinating. So I looked into where that is in my chart, and I'm going to share with you a little bit of how different it can mean. Like the transits and are going to change or be the same for everybody, and the sign that it's in is going to be the same for everybody. But what makes it specific for you, sorry, I'm stumbling on my words right now, what makes it specific for you is that it falls in a specific house, and you can utilize that specific energy and understand it, and you'll start to see patterns. I mean, we can look at the moon as a really, really quick moving planet, and you can see how there are waves and ebbs and flows as to like where your intuition is drawn to in your life. Like as much as we would love to constantly be focusing on that partner or that job or, you know, being healthy all the time or, you know, your final bow, it does change. Your intuition and your focus does change. So it's good just to kind of grasp on and to know why they're changing, where they're changing into, and utilize that energy. Like, work with it. Don't swim against the current. You got this. So I'm going to do an entire video on that. That'll be available on YouTube and on Instagram, so I don't have to talk about that one anymore. But also, we have on the 5th, Venus is going into Capricorn. I already have posted an entire video on that transit. I would really love it if you are going to be utilizing any Venus energies for you to go back and look at that video and see where that's falling in your chart. I talk a little bit about that specifically. So I'm going to leave that there, that please make sure that you go back and watch the Venus video if you're going to be utilizing any of that Venus energy. All this is happening around the new moon. So this is like your thoughts are going to be super quick creating your reality. Super quick. Super, super, super quick. Like, if something is meant for you, it's going to find you just like that. Just like that. It's cool. But be ready. Be ready. When you say you're ready, you better be ready. Okay. Week 2. Week 2 of November. We don't have a single big transit that I myself, Sarah, would be following. So what would I do? I would go vibrational. I wrote that down. I would literally go vibrational because we've been going and going and going and going. August, September, October. Like, we have been really pushing ourselves and developing ourselves and working towards things and consciously creating our successes and utilizing energies. Like, we're forward thinkers and we are moving. We are doing it. I would like us to take an active pause. This is not a celebration. I want to this is just kind of like equate it to an active recovery day in your workouts. Like, if you are, if you exercise on a regular basis, and like I'm at the gym pretty much every single day, today is a rest day, like a full rest day. And I can't go to the gym. What are you talking about? But there is this little fun weasel. It's called an active rest day or an active recovery day, where you can swim, you can do yoga, you can do the stair stepper for a while if you really want to like push it, and just like have like a walk on the treadmill or walk outside, you know, do just something that active recovery. So I want to utilize the energy of no big transits and just letting things just be. I want to utilize this energy because this is like, if there's no shift, there's no like jump, there's no anything shifting around. It's literally just this. So what I want us to do is set a timer for a few minutes time, whatever you can kind of, what did I say? 5 to 10 minutes each. Okay. I want you to first backtrack. List out all the major categories in your life, all the major buckets or the big things that you are working towards right now. Like, list all of them out. You shouldn't have like hundreds, like this shouldn't be a dozens type of list, but like the big goals that you are working towards. List them all out. And then I want you to set a timer for a few minutes, depending on how many you are, look how much time you have, and set a timer for a few minutes and sit with number 1. And I want you just to sit with it and say, I'm, you know, rebuilding my website. And just let the vibration come. If there's a massive issue and your brain is like, motherfucker, I cannot figure out how to do this one fucking thing, and it's just bugging me and I just can't fucking get it, and every time I go to it, I just, if there is a bubble like that, that's so intense, that's so big, vibrationally, you need to fucking stamp that one out. That's when you delegate, that's when you hire somebody to help fix it, or that's when you cut it out. If you are working towards like your biggest goal and dream, your biggest goal and dream. We're in a multidimensional world now, friends. You are living that now. Right now. So if when you think about something that is so important in your life, and the first thing you think about, the very first motherfucking thing that you think about is like rage and aggression, you need to fix that right away. And take a step one. This is Scorpio season we're in. You cut it out and you say, you have the courage to do this. We all have Scorpio in our chart. We all have Scorpio placement. We can all handle these tough things. I promise you. I promise you. That's a lot of what in week 1, the transit of Mercury and Scorpio is all about, is going to be, where can you rip the fucking Band-Aid off in your life? Like verbally, and just say, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to take a step back. This isn't for me. I'm good. But like, this is a boundary. Because that's what it's going to be about. So list out all the things in all the big buckets in your life. Sit with them for a few minutes time. Sorry about that. That was a really nice phone call. I'm not upset about that at all. Because this is how multidimensional we are. You have no idea that happened. You don't even need to know. Don't even need to know. Okay, where are we? Week 2, no major transits. Take some time, sit with everything. Something feels off in vibration. Cut it out. Thank you. All right, week 3. We've got some exciting things happening. We got our full moon on the 19th. That's going to be in Taurus at 27 degrees. That's going to have a lunar eclipse with that. Yeah, that's going to be a really fun night. I'm going to have another video that you can purchase for 11/11. It's going to be a ceremony to join me on my full moon ceremony. We really celebrate, and we have some fun. So when I say we, I mean all the versions of myself. So it's going to be a grand old time. So we're going to sing. It's in Taurus, so it's going to be a Cozy Fukin Night In. So we're going to have so many fuzzy blankets. We're just going to be just enjoying the night. I believe that's going to be a Friday night, but yeah, it's going to be wonderful. That's the night to have like a good night in, some great takeaway, some great weed, a great movie that you love. Like if you love scary movies, do scary, like all the things that make you feel comfortable and fucking delicious, you do that. You do that. That's going to be week 3. Week 4 is going to be a good one. On the 22nd, the sun moves into Sagittarius, and on the 24th, Mercury moves into Sagittarius. So Mercury, that will bookend that short transit in Scorpio that we had talked about at the beginning. Sun in Sagittarius. What did I write down? Where do we want to shoot for the stars, for the moon, the fucking solar system? Where do you want to be bold and brave and bright, and like not so much like with the Scorpio vibe of like having those deep and dark and transformative conversations. Sorry, I don't like the glare on my glasses. But like really, Sagittarians, they're the mutable fire sign. They are just like the sharp tongue, the life of the party, so much fun. Oh my God, I just met this person. Now we're married. Now I'm moving to Peru. I don't know why it's always Peru with the Sagittarius when I say those things. But they're just so fucking jazzed about life. But they can be a little like, this the perpetual Aussie in them. Or it's like, you right, mate? You good? You good? Because you're looking like a fucking chump. You doing okay? You don't look okay, but you're okay? You're good? This is how you want to do it? Okay, cool. All out loud. Like no filter whatsoever. Like getting a Sag and an Aquarius together. Oof. Just the profanities alone. It's glorious. It's fucking glorious. So what does this say? But we start the date. We won't script. Are we, we're still, oh, that's what it is. So when you're looking at, I'm sorry, I'm trying to decipher my hieroglyphics that are notes. This is what I'm looking at. Hopefully you can read that. So the sun transiting into Sag, when I had said, like, where do you want to shoot for the stars in your life? I personally, because the full moon is on the 19th, and the full moon is just super big, volatile energy. It's celebratory energy. I don't like to script or to try to make magic on the full moons, but that's just for me. Just for me. So with that being on the 19th, on the 22nd, the sun, it's super close to that when the sun goes into Sag. So basically, like, I would daydream. I'd start with a daydream and really say, like, if I was my bravest self, this fucker, my bravest self, didn't give a flying fuck what anybody thought about me, what would that person look like? What would that beautiful fool fucking look like? What would they look like? I just sit and daydream about that person, about you. It's like your most creative, most fucking who gives a shit self. Or maybe look at, like, who's the archetype for us of that? You know, if it's not the fool, if it's not a court jester, who is that for you? Who is that for you? Like, when you think of somebody who's got, like, the swagger, who doesn't give a fuck what they say, who doesn't give a fuck what people think of them, what do they look like? Do you idealize them? Do you not? Do you demonize them? Are you jealous of them? Can you, or do you want to be around them? Is it like the, the kid in school that you were just like, I just love his ba-dum-bum-ch. Like, and where can you incorporate that into your life? Where can you just be like, oh, I would love to be that, but you can't see yourself in the middle? You know, those dreams that we have that's like, you cannot see A to Z. You could visualize yourself as, like, the coolest fucking thing, like the coolest, like, I could see myself like in a movie, but it's cloudy as fuck. You can't get in the middle. Sorry, I'm channeling the Sagittarian, so it's just swears galore. I've been told that it's okay. Everyone, it's okay. It's good. I apologize if I'm offending anyone, but it's just like, I go with the energy and I kind of just like let it come out. So it's super Sag vibes right now. And that's when Mercury is going to be in Sag as well. So it's going to be, this is how everything's going to be. Everybody's going to do something. They want to do something fun. It's going to be very Bostonian. What the fuck is going on? Look at that fucking guy who's driving like a fucking asshole over there. Like, don't fucking talk to me, kid. Don't fucking talk to me. That's when my Boston comes out. It's so nice. Okay. So where do we want to shoot for the stars? The moon, beyond. Where do you want to do it? Because if we think of Sagittarius, it's the fucking Acha, kid. It's like it's the centaur. They need the teeny tiny little spot on the center of the bullseye to shoot for. I need one dream, one goal, one moment to shoot for, and I can get there. Like, they don't want your directions. They don't want your help. Just say, hey, get to the top of that mountain. Fuck yeah. Okay, I'm done. I'll figure it out. And we'll figure it out. Sagittarius will figure it out. My Saturn and Uranus are both in Sag, conjunct with Neptune in my second house of possessions and Tauran things. It's fun. So many videos for other days, but we will get to that. So I think that's it. So let's wrap up and just give some vibes for the weeks. Week 1 is when we're planting seeds and we're really doing some witchy things and we're manifesting. So make sure that you have your birth chart and you know where these things fall. Or if you're not going to be doing that, you can just utilize the energy of the houses themselves. So Scorpio, that's going to be the 8th house of death, destruction, deep transformation, shared possessions, contracts, all of that stuff. So if you don't want to know what's going on in your birth chart and where this falls specifically, just utilize more of the general vibes and go to the 8th house for Scorpio stuff and planting new seeds and all that. So if you want to buy property with somebody, talk to them about it, communicate with them about what's going on, all that jazz. But just say the hash words, say them. And then on the 5th, we have Venus going into Capricorn. I already have a video about that, so make sure you check that out. Week 2, no major transits. So we talked about really just sitting with the vibration of the big buckets in our life and the big decisions that we've been making. So make sure to wrap around with yourself and actually cut things out. Utilize those 2 weeks of energy of having Mercury in Scorpio, and say the things, make the changes, do all of like the deep things that you're scared to do. Do it. Do it. Because if it's only in this area, you're fine. You're ripping the Band-Aid off once. No big deal. Just have to deal with it once. Week 3, we're going to have that full moon in Taurus. It's going to be a cozy fucking night in. I'm going to have a video for sale on my website for that. I'll leave the links and everything all over the place. That's going to be a Friday night, so I implore all of you, if it's not with me, I understand completely, but please find a way to stay in that night and just do it like a good Tauran would and get some good takeaway and get some good weed and get some good fuzzy blankets and fuzzy slippers. Maybe do a face mask, but just, if you can have your Friday night in, do it. Do it. And then week 4, all Sag vibes, you're going to want to do things, be up, be out, be active, having fun, going on a plane, doing all the fun fucking things, or like taking a road trip, whatever it may be. But on the 22nd, the sun goes into Sag, and then on the 24th, the Mercury is going to go into Sag. So we had a fun time with everything in October going from meh to... That was a nice way to, it was like everything retrograde, nope, going forward. So those transformations that you have left behind. Oh, I pulled 3 cards. They're sitting in front of me. This is what we left behind in October and the lessons that we learned. So we really trusted our gut. We trusted our intuition. We may be connected with our intuition. We connected to our knowing. A lot of you might be having some awakening experiences. I don't like utilizing the term spiritual awakening, because when you awaken to everything, good, bad, and then center point. So maybe you've recognized a little bit of the good and a lot of the bad, because this is what we have going on right now. This is our current moment. This is what we're really integrating right now. And this card, please don't get nervous about this card, because it's been coming up a lot for me as well, upwards and backwards. This could be like actual, like legitimate fears coming from the outside. See how the swords are hanging up on the wall? Like, this is like chosen stresses. But it could also be, because it sometimes comes up this way, it could be like legitimate fears of like political oppression or, tyranny. It could be, things shutting down. This could be after you've had an awakening experience and, some of your intuition comes on, you're going to see a lot of the things, but recognize that it's happening and you just need to witness it. I need you to step back. I need you just to see it. Just see it. That's it. It's moving forward. This is how we're integrating it moving forward. We want to make changes in this world that are lasting, that are helpful for ourselves and the community. And we're willing to do a little bit of just like serious pentacle work to do it, to accomplish that. So give reverence to every little bit of, daily task or small job that you have that gives you the capacity to do this. Take that leap, take that jump, quit that job, do that thing, and hustle for the other stuff. Hustle for what does matter. There's, in one of my books, he's dodgingly serious. He is, because he has a task. Stay the course, shoot for that point, set a goal, set a far off in the distance goal. Well, let me rephrase. Scorpio season, say the things, rip off that Band-Aid, make that massive change, take that implant out, because as you go down the road of being a fool and being an artist and awakening, like there, oh my God, I couldn't even have picked a better fucking card to be underneath that. This was here, this was underneath that. I was literally about to say, when you make decisions in the world nowadays, you make a decision here and you're going one way or you're going another. So recognize now that when you make decisions as this being, choose wisely. I've said this before, choose wisely. You can't go back. Certain things you do right now, you can't undo. Certain things you say right now, you can't unsay. It's a beautiful world where people, everybody, I'm bringing this up more and more and more, everyone on this side is beautiful, and everyone on this side is beautiful. No one's better or worse, but just separate in peace and love and say, I love you. Do your thing. I'll see you again. But just know that when you make a decision, make it in love. Make it in love. Because we're all taking the blindfolds off. We're waking up to our true selves, and we're standing up for what we believe in. Oh, it's gorgeous. Underneath it all, happy house and home. Underneath that, work and team. Underneath that, one of the coolest dudes ever. You got this. Thank you so much for joining me on my complimentary YouTube guidelines for just being the best version of you that you can be. Like, these are big energies and big things that are happening that are beyond, you know, our ego and even my mind's comprehension and understanding. So it's cool to find pictures and colors and numbers and energies that we can compartmentalize to make us understand what's going on a little bit and how to be our best selves. Because I promise you, it's a wee bit scary. It's a wee bit scary when you open up to how thin the veil is and what's happening all around us and how many interesting beings and fairies and angels and witches are just constantly surrounding us and poking us on the shoulder when we're trying to finish up our speeches. So thank you, everyone. I love you. I'm grateful for you. As always, these monthly videos are donation based, so there are links in my biography and links below to donate if this is something that you've found connection with, or if these are energies that you're utilizing. I would love to hear about them. Please comment below. Please like, share, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers so I can go live and do singing and do speeches and just do a whole bunch of live content. So please, any subscribers, any new subscribers would be so greatly appreciated. I love you. I see you. I am so grateful for you. And please reach out directly for private sessions as well. I'm doing Zoom private sessions and have availability. I have a space in Woburn, Massachusetts, as well as coming up in the next month or two, I'm going to have a space in Gloucester, Massachusetts as well to take one-on-one clients. So please let me know if those are things that you're interested in. I love you so much. See you soon.